Deputy Smith, 30 seconds to put your question.
Thank you. To ask the Minister for Business and Enterprise and Innovation her plans to protect businesses along the border in view of Brexit, and if you make a statement on the matter.
Thank you very much, Minister.
I just want to thank the Deputy for raising this important matter. My department and its agencies are providing extensive support schemes and advice to assist businesses in identifying key risk areas and the practical preparatory actions to be taken over the coming weeks. We are very active in the Getting Ireland Brexit Ready public information campaign, including a recent event held in Monaghan in October, where I was delighted to welcome many businesses from the border region and indeed from across the border. Officials from my department and agencies also participated in the Getting Ireland Brexit Ready event in Letterkenny in Donegal on Friday the 30th of November last year, which included Enterprise Ireland and IDA, local enterprise offices, National Standards Association of Ireland and the Health and Safety Authority. Last week the Revenue Commissioners held a seminar in Dundalk. The seminar focused on customs requirements, procedures and operation of the UK land bridge and transit arrangements. This week the NSAI is hosting Brexit events in Cavan, Monaghan and Sligo, and further events are in planning by my department and agencies. As part of Budget 2019, I allocated an additional £1 million to Intertrade Ireland, and the Intertrade Ireland Brexit Advisory Service provides a focal point for SMEs working to navigate any changes in cross-border trading post-Brexit. Intertrade Ireland also offers a Brexit Start to Plan voucher scheme worth up to €2,250 for professional advice on preparing for Brexit. The LEOs in the border regions are the first stop shop for anyone seeking guidance and support on starting on or growing their business and preparing for Brexit. To date, 402 LEO clients have received one-to-one Brexit mentoring. I allocated additional capital funding of £5 million in Budget 2019 to the LEOs to step up their Brexit preparedness work. In addition, the 6 LEOs in the border region are working together with their Northern Ireland counterparts under the EU Co-Innovate programme to help firms to innovate, differentiate and compete. And can I just compliment the work of the LEOs, because I know they're doing a great work, especially around the border areas, in terms of helping companies to prepare for Brexit, and they are the first port of call, and they can direct them to wherever else they can get support as well.
Opportunity to come back there. Deputy Smith,
thank you very much, Minister. Minister, this morning, if you were listening to Morning Ireland, there was a very real account given of a lorry driver who transports milk across the border on a daily basis. And his own account of his own story was that he sits down when he puts his little kids to bed at night with his wife to discuss how are they going to manage and how are they going to get their source and supply if there are customs and checks along the border, because he cannot face perhaps something like a 2-hour wait to get through borders and customs and checks. And as he said himself, that particular produce that he would be transporting, which is milk, has a very short life, and if he was waiting for 2 hours at a border check, his product would be gone out of date almost. It would be beginning to ferment. So, Minister, it is a real concern. As we know, there's mayhem in Westminster. We're hurtling towards, I would say, a no-deal Brexit. Can I ask you, are you confident that the contingency plan that this government has in place will actually benefit and be there to, I suppose, provide a cushion for the businesses that are along the north? Because, Minister, you know as well as I do, if you walk along the streets of Castleblaney, and I'm using it as an example, as a real border town, there's huge concern, there's huge worry.
Thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you. Can I just say that I'm very satisfied that we are doing everything we can as a government to help businesses prepare for Brexit. There have been numerous seminars, there have been numerous meetings, and there have been an extensive advertising campaign, I'm sure you heard it on the radio, where businesses are encouraged to come forward and to get help and to seek help from the different agencies that are out there in terms of preparing for Brexit. And can I just say that there's been a lot of take-up of these supports. There was 3,902 businesses have used the Enterprise Ireland Brexit scorecard to date. That's 85% of Enterprise Ireland client firms are now taking actions to prepare for Brexit. There's 98 additional Brexit-related staff provided for IDA and Enterprise Ireland, and an additional £8 million provided to the Department of Business in the in the budget for further increases in staff numbers. So there's more staff out there to help people. And just in terms of targeted supports, as part of the second call of the Regional Enterprise Development Fund, the Border region received an allocation of over 10.6 million, which represented over 1/3 of the total fund. And out of that 10.6 million, I'm pleased to inform the Deputy that over 5 million was allocated for the construction of a new bioeconomy research centre in Monaghan, and I honestly believe that that will be a game changer for the future of the food industry in our region. So there's a lot of targeted supports out there to help businesses prepare for Brexit, because we all know the challenges that it's going to bring, and we're certainly working with them and doing everything we can to help them prepare.
Thank you. Deputy Smith.
Thank you very much, Minister. In reality, we know that the uptake for a lot of these schemes that the government have put in place has been quite slow and to a minimum. Can I ask you, if, in your response to me today, if you could give us some indication of what the uptake has been to the voucher scheme, and specifically along the border region? We saw the headlines among the mayhem that's going on in Westminster of 55,000 jobs could be lost in a no-deal scenario. I'm asking you here today, Minister, to please show a positive bias towards the border counties, because I genuinely believe if borders come a physical structure again, there will be a real issue, a real concern. And Minister, another sort of, true life story for people. A woman was into my office there recently and her mother is being cared for, and her carers travel across the border every day. What is going to happen to her elderly mother who's depending on her carers to come to their house 3 times a day? She's really concerned about perhaps showing a passport, going through checks. Will it be even possible to have that care in place for her elderly mother?
Final comment.
Just to say to the Deputy that the common travel area will be protected regardless of what happens in Brexit, and that's very important for people who live and work on both sides of the border and cross it every day. Just to say regarding the take-up, 811 firms have applied for Intertrade Ireland. They have a 2,250 start-to-plan voucher, and over 4,000 businesses have availed of Intertrade Ireland's various Brexit advisory services, and that's why I was very keen and very anxious to give additional funding to Intertrade Ireland in the budget, and they got an extra €1 million to help them support businesses that trade on both sides of the border. 471 micro enterprises have received practical assistance through the Leo Brexit mentoring support, and in 2018 Enterprise Ireland provided 74 million in grant aid to Brexit exposed firms. So there's a huge amount of work going on out there, and I know that businesses are engaging, and some of them who have not, I want to send the message out clear today. If you have not engaged with the supports that are out there, please do so. The government is here to help, and can I just say that this is a real coordinated approach right across government, and we're doing everything we can to support businesses and the challenges that they face.
Okay,